Okay, I have a really great process to share, and that is to write lists of appreciation while listening to epic music. So I did this for a little while. I haven't done it recently, and I'll talk about why at the end of this video, because I feel like it's another little tip about, I just have a good little perspective on being inconsistent with practices, daily practices, and processes that we use to improve our state of being. What you want to do is find some songs that feel very uplifting to you. I'll give you the list of songs that I used. It started out for me with Pachelbel Canon. So the vibe that you're going for with the feeling of the song, at least this is what I would recommend. The vibe is like if you've ever watched a 90s feel-good movie where they have that opening shot of like a sunny suburban neighborhood, and there's like a kid riding his bike through the neighborhood. And it's like a brand new day, and like the birds are chirping and the sun is shining, and there's just like beautiful, happy music playing. Like that's the music you're going for. So what I would do is, and I kind of liked this little aspect of the process as well, in the morning I would write things that I want to feel or how I want the day to go, things I would feel appreciative of if the day unfolded in this particular way. Not specifics, but just general statements about the day ahead. I'm excited for the phone call that I have at 11 o'clock because insert whatever reasons. I'm looking forward to having a delicious lunch. I'm looking forward to an enjoyable drive to the gym. I'm looking forward to a satisfying workout, right? Like emotional feelings about things that you know you're going to be doing. I'm looking forward to all the little synchronicities that I'll become aware of throughout the day. Stuff like that. And then at night, I would write down what I appreciated about the day that had happened. So little things, little fun things like maybe getting a check in the mail or having a fun interaction with the, cashier at the grocery store, stuff like that. So it's almost like you're savoring your day at the end of the day, and then at the start of the day, you're kind of, as Abraham Hicks would say, pre-paving or segment intending the day ahead. And boy, can I just tell you, like when especially the one at night where you're like, both of them feel really good, but the one at night where you're kind of reflecting back on the day, I would feel so good. In fact, I almost felt like it wasn't super great to do very close to bedtime because it would get me all excited. It's like when you watch a movie, the reason that they put a soundtrack to a movie is because while you're watching something, you're feeling a certain way. That music just amplifies the feeling. So I guarantee that you will feel amazing after doing this. So here are the songs that I listen to. So what I do, when I first started out, I started out with Pachelbel Canon because has such a great kind of crescendo, like it slowly builds and then it slowly kind of drops back off into like this peaceful feeling. So for me, that's a good one. The next one that I added to the list was the cello song. The one I have is by the Piano Guys. And then just recently I added All of Me from John Schmidt. So it's the song All of Me, but it's instrumental. And then I also added The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings from the Vitamin String Quartet. The album is Geek Wedding Collection. So that's a cute one too. Not many people are watching this video, but if you are and you've gotten to this point and you have a recommendation for a song with that like 90s panning shot of a sunny neighborhood kid riding a bike vibe, leave it in the comments below. And the last thing that I wanted to touch on was, so I actually haven't done this practice in a few weeks. I did it for a little while and it was super fun and it made me feel super good, but it started to lose its, magic after a little while. And I've noticed that with certain things, when you do something and it makes you feel really good, you want to keep going. And then you find yourself kind of like not really interested in doing it, but you beat up on yourself a little bit for like, why wouldn't I do this thing if it makes me feel so good? But I think what I've come to realize is that those little practices and processes, they become stale. Like, you extract the juice out of them and then they're no longer relevant for you, at least for a certain period of time, until, you know, you tuck it. I have this like built up list of little things like that I might revisit again at some point. Or, you know, let's say someone mentions a great song, so I was like, oh, I want to listen to that song, and write a list of appreciation, and I genuinely feel that desire to. I think it's important to listen to those desires, and at least for me, I've found that it doesn't help any to judge myself. It's just a matter of finding the next practice and the next practice and the next practice. It's like, that's how we evolve. That's how we're made up. If you just look at, you know, cats are that way with their toys. A lot of the time, you know, people recommend that you rotate their toys because they become disinterested. Same thing with kids. They become disinterested, and they're looking for the next new thing to extract some kind of value from, to expand and grow in some way. So I hope that's helpful for anybody out there that's like me, that tends to judge themselves when you find this great new practice and then you slowly start to not have the desire to do it anymore, but you think you should. I've given myself the permission to let go of that and just wait for the next new practice that feels exciting to me. So there you go. I hope that helps, and thanks for watching.